Not exactly, but it's a good deal.
Are they as fast as Hertz?
Not exactly, but what's the rush? We're on vacation!
Dad, are we lost? Hertz gives you computerized directions.
Honey, this is not exactly Hertz, okay?
I hope they have the same emergency road service as Hertz.
Not exactly.
In Rent-A-Car, there's Hertz, and there's Not Exactly. Make sure you choose the right one.
Are you sure this is the way to the hotel?
Not exactly.
Did you hear that?
Not too many people are into truck fishing. Most people still use poles. That's fine with me, but if you're after some monster fish, you gotta use one of these. A 1994 Ford Ranger 4x4. Come on. Complete with push-button four-wheel drive, a nice wide stance, and a whopping 4-liter V6. So sink your boat. Go truck fishing. Get a Ford Ranger 4x4 and get serious.
The year 2032. The city, Los Angeles. The movie, Demolition Man. The restaurant.
All restaurants are Taco Bell.
The reason, delicious tacos, burritos, and nachos.
Exactamundo.
The prices, only $59, $79, and 99 cents.
I'm impressed.
The action, the adventure, the excitement. It's now playing at a Taco Bell restaurant near you.
From the site of the 1994 Olympic Winter Games, CBS presents an Olympic warm-up event featuring many of the world's top skaters. Pirouette next Saturday on CBS.
Well, Halloween is a week away. This is a trick-or-treat for the 49ers. They get the treat here with the interception, and then they get the call on Chuck Cecil, another treat, and then they're going to get tricked by Bob McElwee calling intentional grounding in consecutive plays against Steve Young.
Officials walked off 46 yards on that last series. Worst starting position for the Cardinals, their 13-yard line. And the give up the middle to Moore. Gets 4 yards that time.
And the third quarter's only half over. I mean, here we are at about 7.5 minutes to go. And you can see that the officials had a good drive that last drive. Cardinals are only down by 14. They've shown the ability to move the ball. They started the second half very well until that interception by McDonald. But they're not out of it by any means.
Chuck Cecil saying, look, I know I got fined, but that was weeks ago. I want to play my game. Second down and 6 on the 17-yard line. Beuerlein has some time, and his pass is caught. And Randall Hill has the first down. And this may be the biggest pass play for the Cardinals today. 21 yards, close to the 40. Eric Davis covering.
That's what I really enjoy about this Cardinal pass offense is they throw the ball down the field. They give the guys with the numbers 81 and 87 and 83 a chance to make catches. They're wide receivers. They're supposed to catch the ball down 20 yards away. And when you have speed like Hill and Edwards and Proehl, that's using your personnel properly. Too many teams in the league are just dinking the ball everywhere.
Beuerlein got terrific protection on that play. Now on the 38-yard line, first down. Not so this time. And it throws it up for grabs, and it's caught by Randall Hill, and he may have a first down. Beuerlein appeared to throw it up for grabs after Ted Washington held onto his leg, and he completes the pass.
Real strong job by Beuerlein. But not the way they draw it up. You know, what he's looking for is to throw the ball in this zone here or this zone here. Watch where this one gets caught. After the pressure by Washington, just follow Hill across the field here. That ball just floats through a couple of time zones.
He's got a lot of guts for a guy that has already thrown 3 interceptions in this game, but 2 of them were legitimate ones, 1 not so much.
And Hill never quit on that ball. A lot of receivers might have given up as they crossed the Rocky Mountain zone there into the central zone.
Those are Beuerlein's numbers. Hill has caught 3 passes for 37 yards. First down on the Phoenix 48. Some running room for the first time. It just hasn't been there for him. And it was Kevin Fagan from behind with Mike Walter to finish it up, and a pickup of 4 yards for Ron Moore.
Well, let's check out big number 75. Fagan has been so important to this 49er team because of plays just like this. Throws away the tight end and gets in on the tackle on Ronnie Moore. Great play by Fagan.
He's a mainstay of that defensive line that had Pierce Holt and Harris there last year. 2nd down and 6 on the 48. Beuerlein gets protection. It breaks down, and he finds his man for a completed pass to the tight end. Now they rule it incomplete. Walter Reeves, the tight end, covered by Eric Davis.
49ers are playing that real soft zone. That's why you're seeing Beuerlein have a lot of time to throw. But then when the protection eventually, as it should and would, break down, he's having to come to his underneath receivers. That time Reeves couldn't make the catch.
And it's breaking down from the inside. Once again, Ted Washington getting the penetration. 3rd down and 6. Johnny Bailey and Larry Centers, their dual 3rd down receiving backs in the game. Flag down, and Marc 5 yards off. Sharp, the left tackle, might have moved at the line.
Yeah, he moved his left foot back.
Before the snap.
Called for the false start.
5 yards. 3rd down.
That's when you combine the words start and sharp, you get starp. You didn't think I caught that,
No,
did you? A false start.
False start. So 3rd down and 11 as you look at the final scores earlier today, with the big one being Atlanta's upset triumph over New Orleans. And so the 49ers leading here 14-0. Victory here will move them to within a game of the Saints in the NFC West. Beuerlein has the time, and the pass is incomplete. It was Proehl who had it and then was jarred by 2 defenders, including Dana Hall, and coughed it up for an incompleted pass.
This is an excellent break on the ball by Dana Hall. Right side of the screen. Proehl is going to hook up. The ball comes in just a little bit high, and it's a shot right in the back that kind of makes those fingers go numb and forces that ball out of your hands. Big hit by Dana Hall.
Camarillo the kick, and Dexter Carter back deep for the Niners. Fine kick by Camarillo, and it will bounce into the end zone, and let's see if it did. Yes, it's a touchback. Cardinals are claiming that the ball skidded out of bounds at the 2. Well, it's a long way from McElwee and Camarillo to where that ball bounced away, maybe.
I'm always looking for good ideas, so I said to the Xerox rep, "What are you selling?" "Documents," she shoots back. "Documents? You must be kidding. I don't have time." "Precisely. That's what I'm selling," she says. "Do all your printing electronically, save time and money." And I see it. Print all my catalogs in a week, not a month. Huge savings. "I get it," I say. "My documents are my time." "Now you're talking," she says.
See your documents differently. Call 1-800-ASK-XEROX, the document company.
When a man ran a grueling 26-mile marathon in a pair of dress shoes, what was he thinking? He was thinking, I'm glad they're Rockports. Rockport, you should be in our shoes.
She says she left her lights on all day.
Who gives you free emergency service if your battery ever needs a jump start? You're all set now. The Die Hard. Only at Sears, we're driven to satisfy.
477 to dispatch. We have a code 3.
RoboCop. The state of the art.
Police officer, no loitering.
In law enforcement technology.
I thought your ninja was supposed to take care of RoboCop for me.
RoboCop 3. Back to fight the system. Rated PG-13. Starts November 5th.
I'm John Ritter.
And I'm Marc Post.
And we'll do anything to get you to watch our show, Hearts of Fire. Clark, show them what happens if they don't.
Hearts of Fire returns Wednesday.
Don't disappoint a child.
Rich Camarillo is really upset, and well, he should be. This ball went out of bounds on the 2-yard line, and the official, Larry Upson, standing right there, never even looked at the ball, clearly out of bounds, right at the 2. Camarillo and the Cardinals get robbed.
We were talking earlier about how the Cardinals have been getting the short end of officials' calls earlier this year. Hasn't faltered in this game, apparently. First down on the 20 for Steve Young. And Ricky Waters gets by one defender out of the backfield and dives to the 26-yard line, still making the tackle.
When you think about the difference in field position, that's a big deal, because that would have been an 18-yard difference. But the other thing is, you look back at last week when Eric Swan picked up a safety that really helped the Cardinals against the Redskins. Well, Swan has done that twice in his career, so that's a situation there where the officials may have taken some points away from the Cardinals.
And in the world of the punters, when you kick it out of bounds on the 2-yard line, that's like scoring a touchdown in their world. It means a lot to them. Second down and 3. Here's Waters, and he'll have the first down. Michael Bankston on the tackle. Larry centers, getting some action down on the sidelines. An unseasonably warm day in the Bay Area.
Yeah, the poor Cardinals, they come to San Francisco figuring they're going to get one of those nice breezy, cool days and by the bay, and it's as hot here as it is in Phoenix. About 80 degrees, 85 degrees before game time.
Joe Bugel, a player's coach, urging on his team to hang in there, trailing 14-0. Waters in motion on the 31-yard line, first down. Young's got all day, and he's got Logan out of the backfield. He completed to the 37-yard line, a gain of 6 yards. It was Harvey and Stowe. Mostly Stowe. And
the reason Young had all that time, Dick, is because the Cardinals are back to their original defense that they call the medium nickel, where they have 3 down linemen. And this time they're only going to rush these 3 guys. Dropping 8. And you see Young is about as unbothered as a quarterback could possibly ever be.
Steve Wallace is the 49er shaken up momentarily and will take a timeout.
Smith Barney Shearson, where we stand on interest rates. Interest rates are the lowest they've been in 20 years. Many economists believe they've reached their lowest and will soon rise. We believe the opposite, that long-term rates will go even lower, creating opportunities in stocks and bonds. Which investments will perform best? Talk with us. Smith Barney Shearson. We make money the old-fashioned way. We earn it.
If you could see inside your suitcase when you travel, you'd see how Samsonite Hardside protects what's inside. Because Samsonite has a crush-resistant outer shell and a durable hardside construction that's designed to hold up over the long haul.
Daddy, did you bring me anything?
Samsonite Hardside. After all, you've got your life in there.
49ers lead 14-0 with 2:33 remaining in the third quarter. Next Saturday at 4:30, CBS Sports presents Olympic Winterfest Countdown to Lillehammer. You'll see figure skating from Hamar, Norway. The Olympic test event will feature the men's technical program and the pairs free skate. 2nd and 4 on the 37, and the pass is caught for the first down into Cardinal territory. Making the catch was Brent Jones, Mr. Reliable there, and John Booty makes the tackle as John Taylor heading to the locker room with a scratched eye. It was a 24-yard gain for the Niners. Harry Boatswain replaces Wallace at left tackle. And earlier, Odessa Turner had a hamstring problem. He came in the game as the third wide receiver for the Niners. Battle of attrition here. 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line. Young swings it out to Logan. He's got a first down and a big tackle that might have saved a touchdown that time by Robert Massey. They get 15 anyway.
The key to this play is the perfect throw by Young. Logan is running as fast as he can on a swing route, and he doesn't have to break stride or anything. This ball is absolutely perfect, leads him down the sidelines. That's why Hill can't make that tackle, and Massey does a nice job of fighting off the block of Rice to make the tackle.
Logan, the better runner than Rathman, according to George Seifert. He scored the first touchdown of the game, a 1-yard run in the second quarter. There's the swing out, same play. And this time Logan gets by Lynch and is out of bounds inside the 20. Massey again, a gain of 5 yards. Sprained ankle is the diagnosis on the left tackle, Steve Wallace.
He talked about the wide receivers with Taylor and Odessa Turner hurting. That means Nate Singleton is now in the ball game. He's a first-year guy, and remember, he's a guy that got drilled in the ear hole by Mike Zordich in the second quarter.
Singleton has 1 catch, and it was good for a touchdown this season. 2nd down and 5. Here's Ricky Waters. Hard to bring down. And in the waning seconds of this third quarter, Waters carries to the 11-yard line. It'll be another first down. John Booty and then Michael Bankston.
But even with those injuries to the wide receivers, Waters is going to get the ball now. And, of course, Jerry Rice is already over 100 yards receiving.
So they should be 2 very happy stars today. That's the end of the third quarter at Candlestick Park with the score. The 49ers 14 and the Cardinals nothing.
Hey, Dragon Racing!
We want to watch the dog show.
Okay, we can watch both. Sunday! Miller Lite presents the Wiener Dog Winter Nationals! It's Muffy versus Dogzilla. And here they come, Bob. Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste with less filling, you can combine anything. And Muffy takes it. That's one fast Wiener Dog! Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
This is good beer. This is hydroplaning in less than an inch of water, and they're being pulled by Goodyear all-season AquaTread radials. AquaTread's deep groove design channels water away as you drive for outstanding traction. Hydroplaning, AquaTreading. Think about it.
My dandruff shampoo is good.
Better try something else. Mine really works.
You'd better try something else, like Selsun Blue. Doctors recommend it more than all leading brands. Selsun Blue. Doctor recommended #1.
If you could step back far enough, you could see this country as one big machine. And in every turn of every gear, you would find a Ford F-Series, the #1 selling truck 16 years running. And whether you're getting down to business or getting far from it, they do it all with no questions asked, which keeps this big machine of ours running even better. And to think, you thought it was just a truck. Ford F-Series, the #1 selling truck, is built Ford tough.
Next Sunday on CBS, the Bears battle the Packers.
Then it's the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Spend quality time with your spouse.
Analyze Emmitt Smith's rushing technique.
She's a big fan.
Splendid afternoon in the Bay Area. Some clouds there, but none over Candlestick Park. As we start the fourth quarter, Dick Stockton and Dan Fouts, 49ers driving, have a first down on the Cardinal 13, leading 14-0. Steve Wallace back in at left tackle for San Francisco. Young looking to throw it, and the pass is caught, and Jerry Rice is hit immediately by Eric Hill, and a gain of 6 yards.
That's Rice's 7th catch of the day, so you know he's happy. He's probably not too happy that he had to take that big lick from Eric Hill, but it gives you an indication of his strength and toughness. Hill is a 255, 260 type of big plugging middle linebacker, and he drilled Rice that time, but Rice hung on.
Just kind of knew that Rice and Waters were going to figure in the 49ers offense today, and they have. 2nd down and 4. Now Waters in motion. And here is Logan. Just about a yard out of very little. Stowe again. He's been in on a lot of tackles today as Tyrone Stowe.
If the Cardinals have any hope of winning the game, they've got to create a turnover right now. They cannot afford to go down 17-0 or 21-0 to the 49ers and have any hope of winning this game.
And that's something the Niners have not done today. Turn the ball over. They have not allowed a sack, although there have been 2 intentional grounding calls against Steve Young. 3rd down and 4. The ball is at the 7. This is the 10th play of the drive. Dexter Carter in motion, and Young looking to run, and now throws it, and it's caught. How easy was that to Jerry Rice? Touchdown.
Breakthrough game. Great pass protection all day, and he still has that threat of running the ball. The Cardinals came up afraid that Young was going to take off, and they left number 80 wide open in the back of the end zone.
Mike Cofer in to try the point after. And it's 21-0 in favor of the 49ers.
This is career touchdown number 114 for Jerry Rice, and probably the easiest one of them all. Watch the Cardinals come up on Young. It's just a lob over the top, and number 80 is a happy dude.
This is CBS.
Happy New Year from downtown Mountain Home. Hi, this is Keith Peebley from Grant Peterson GMC Mazda, and since our new 94s are rolling in, it's time to say goodbye to our 93s. Take a look at this 93 Beat 2200 for $129 a month, or this totally redesigned 94 for $89.94. Here's an MX-6 I've grown close to, but you can have it for just $298 a month. Sure, we're going to miss them, but the important thing is they get a good home.
Take a new look at an old friend, Grant Peterson GMC Mazda Buick.
Excellent. Wait a minute, guys, there's more. Check it out. Guys!
It's a pizza guy, man.
Much more, guys, like free HBO for a month. Free HBO. Free HBO. Can I also mention it's free?
Prove it.
Just hand me the coupon, guys. Here we go. Whoa.
Buy any Bigfoot pizza and get a free trial month of HBO. Just mail in the coupon.
Well, back to you, Jen. Who are you?
Bigfoot pizza, a legendary value.
Tires? Then set your sights on Big O tires. Big O has the ultimate 4x4 tire, the Big O Bigfoot. Ideal for your light truck or off-road rig, backed by the exclusive Big O brand tire warranty. Truckload savings available now on light truck tires from Michelin, BF Goodrich, Goodyear, and General Tire. So before you head for the hills, head for your local Big O tire store with 7 Treasure Valley locations.
A reputation you can ride on Big O tires.
Channel 2 is teaming up with Payless and St. Luke's to give you the test for life.
Ball today, and you look at the other 4 guys for the 49ers, comes out to about 18. So the 49ers up 21-0, and their big guys are productive and happy.
I hope no one complains this week as the ball out of the end zone. The Cardinals take over on the 20-yard line. Rice with 114 yards and 2 touchdown catches, and Steve Young, who has completed his last 7 passes, 19 of 30, to improve on already the best accuracy percentage in the league.
And a lot of time to throw to. You really got to hand it to that offensive line of Sapolo, Tam, Barton, McIntyre, and Wallace. Kept all those nickels away from number 8. Yeah, one team playing with elephants and buffaloes, the other team's playing with a bunch of coins. What's this league coming to?
It's a collection. It's a museum. 13:26 remaining in the 4th quarter. Beuerlein gives ground, and he gets it off to Larry Centers. Centers gets hit hard. What a crunching hit out there by Romanowski or John Johnson after a gain of 14 and a first down.
Cardinals have nothing else to do but go to their hurry-up offense. They've got their nickel personnel in the game.
One of the earliest we've seen hurry-up offenses. It may work. Get them in timing. Ricky Proehl on the receiving end. And that should be another first down to the 45 of Phoenix. They're down 3 touchdowns with a lot of time to go, but they're playing a tough team. Beuerlein swings it out to centers. He lost his footing. And Larry Centers will lose some yardage. Four-yard loss on the play. Cardinals beat the 49ers in Tempe last year, but they have dropped their last 4 here at Candlestick Park. Beuerlein fires. Randall Hill makes a leaping catch into Niner territory for the first down. Dana Hall was covering a 17-yard pickup. Eric Davis also there.
That was an excellent catch by Randall Hill, reaching up with his hands with 2 men around him.
3 wide receivers, and now they hand off to Johnny Bailey. They try to sneak in a running play on that, and they get inside the 40 for a gain of 3. 21-0, the Niners lead, trying to move to within a game of the Saints in the division. Beuerlein's pass through the hands of Proehl. He was covered by Merton Hanks and was hit hard. It was Ted Washington who stormed in again from the inside.
You go back to Beuerlein taking a beating as he did on that play, Dick, and you see that he's still having problems with that right foot. He has a steel plate inserted in that shoe to keep his foot from moving at all. He hyperextended his toes, and it's like a deep bone bruise on the balls of his feet that give him so much problem, and that's the foot he has to push off of to throw the ball.
3rd down and 7 at the 39. Both Harrison and Kelly are in there for the Niners to put pressure on Beuerlein, whose pass off the hands of Anthony Edwards, who looked like he had beaten the double coverage momentarily and couldn't hold on, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Beuerlein looks to the sidelines. What about the injection he has to take before this game in his foot?
Well, the foot can be really painful. The real painful thing, though, is having to go for it on 4th down, and you've got 7 yards to go, and you're down 21-0. There's some pain, and Bugle is feeling it.
4th down and 7. Beuerlein rolling out to his left. Incomplete. And the Niners, with Merton Hanks playing a big role in an outstanding secondary effort on the pass intended for Proehl, will take over on downs. It's all going the 49ers' way this afternoon, early here in the 4th quarter.
This is the new Dodge Ram. And it comes with something full-size pickups have always been missing. A feature that makes handling loads easier when things turn slippery and can help you steer clear of danger. Because for the first time, the safety of anti-lock brakes is now available on all 4 wheels. New Dodge Ram, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
One of these engines was filled with Castrol Syntec, a synthetic oil, the rest with conventional oils. They were then drained and started without oil to prove a point. You see, Syntec has a unique molecular structure that bonds to engine parts. Lab tests show it leaves a layer of protection far stronger than conventional oils. And if Syntec protects this well now, imagine if you leave it in. Castrol Syntec protects in ways other oils can't.
inkjet printers from Hewlett-Packard. It's easy to make it happen.
49ers defense has come up big today, and they're spinning a shutout over the Cardinals. Next Sunday, CBS Sports coverage of the NFL continues with a doubleheader. In the first game, you'll see Chicago at Green Bay, and the second game, you'll see Dallas at Philadelphia, which has been moved from 1 to 4 o'clock, or the Rams at San Francisco. It all begins with the NFL today. 1st and 10 at the 39. Ricky Waters stopped in his tracks, but all the Niners want to do now is run the ball and use up the clock.
Beuerlein's got to be thinking back to a couple of those interceptions that he threw. 2 in the second quarter. The one that really hurt him was the one that Eric Davis picked off right close to the goal line. And then they were victimized by the gift from the officials to Tim McDonald when the ball clearly hit the ground.
Rice has caught 2 touchdown passes today, and Marc Logan has run for 1. 2nd down and 9, and on the reverse, here's John Taylor, and it's a wide receiver toss to Jerry Rice. Taylor to Rice, and Rice came within inches of going all the way and making those last 13 yards or so. Gain of 41 yards on a flea flicker personified.
Taylor has to load this one up and throw it a long way, but it's a great throw. Throws it about 45 yards. There's Rice behind the secondary, and Chuck Cecil comes over and makes a touchdown-saving tackle. But what a great feeling for a wide receiver. You know, they'll be talking about this one for weeks. He's, oh, man, I had to wait on the ball. You got to throw it farther, JT.
Here is Ricky Waters, bursts up the middle, touchdown. There, those two might be a bit happier this week than a week ago in Dallas. Touchdown run by Ricky Waters after John Taylor, a former high school quarterback, threw a perfect spiral to Jerry Rice for 41 yards to set this play up. And the Niners are cooking on all cylinders now, leading 27-0 with a little over 10 minutes remaining in the game. For Waters, his 3rd touchdown rushing this year, and Mike Cofer with Wilmsmeyer the holder. And it is now 28-0.
This is exactly what the 49ers needed, a game where their offense can just bust out, press the edges of the defense, go for the big play. The big playmakers are making the plays, and the Niners have a 28-0 shutout working.
This simple outside says inside you'll find a lasting commitment to performance. The Intel 486DX2 processor, power for today's hottest software, and the Intel Pentium processor for the next generation of compatible power. That's Intel, the computer inside.
Elvira here, mistress of the dark and sometimes surfer babe, because Coors Light is the official beer of Halloween, and the party's at the beach, Malibu Beach, where you can hang ten. Look, Frankie and Annette. And of course, when it's time to chill, just reach for that cooler of Coors Light. Aged ice cold, never frozen stiff. It's the right beer now for Halloween. Just look for the silver bullet smooth display and dig up your friends now for a party at the beach. Happy Halloween, dudes.
We offer something no full-size pickup ever has, 4-wheel anti-lock brakes. We've thoughtfully provided a driver's airbag. Of course, we've also designed the frame and body to distribute the forces of a frontal impact and installed high-strength steel door beams to help resist the forces of a side impact. Of all the jobs this new truck was designed to handle, none is as important as the one we hope it never has to do. New Dodge Ram, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
CBS sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by the new Dodge, a division of the Chrysler Corporation. Coors Light, aged ice cold for that pure taste of the Rockies. Reach for the silver bullet, the right beer now. Intel, the computer inside. And by Castrol Syntec, the synthetic oil that protects in ways other oils can't.
Cardinals will start from the 20-yard line, and what a difference a week makes for Mike Shanahan, the offensive coordinator.
They really got back to 49er football with the two backs and getting the ball to their big playmakers. Rice has had a fantastic day. Young has been in the pocket all day long without any pressure, and Waters finally got off a big run.
Rice with 9 catches for 155 yards and 2 touchdowns. Taylor with his first career pass, setting up the run by Waters. Crowd loves the offensive show, but the defense has really played at least an equal amount to this win. 1st and 10 on the 20. They dump it off to the middle. Penalty marker down, and Johnny Bailey is hit shy of the 20 by Ted Washington, who's had a big game up front.
They're going to get roughing the quarterback against the 49ers. And the officials continue to make big plays.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 92.
2 intentional grounding calls in succession, now a roughing the passer call.
First down.
Yeah, you talk about roughing the passer. The shot that John Taylor took after he threw that ball down the field 41 yards to Jerry Rice was a pretty good shot. Watch number 22, Dave Doerson. He's going to come up and just drill Taylor right in the jaw with his helmet, but it doesn't feel that bad when they catch it on the other end.
Although Taylor probably said, can you take that play out of the playbook in the future? Thank you. So he now knows what Steve Young goes through, and Young is back there. 9:45 on the clock in the 4th quarter. Cardinals are trailing by 4 touchdowns, and they ran into a pretty big buzzsaw in red and gold today, didn't they? First down. Beuerlein throws incomplete. Intended for Randall Hill. There is Steve Bono, who will obviously be coming in relief for Young. No sense in risking injury to their meal ticket at quarterback.
Yeah, Young's had a pretty good day too, Dick. 19 out of 30 for 230 yards. A couple of touchdowns. This is important for the 49ers students to get Bono back in action. Remember, he had that separated left shoulder. This will be his first action of the year.
2nd down and 10 on the 35-yard line. Beuerlein misfires to Larry Centers, and right now for an NFL Today update, let's check in with Greg Gumbel in New York. Greg?
All right, Dick, in Anaheim, Barry Sanders from 5 yards out gives the Lions a little breathing room. 4.5 to play. 13-0 Detroit. Back to you, Dick and Dan.
All right, Greg. Lions, I don't think they've won on the West Coast in 11 games.
Well, they may have the perfect opponent to break that record. Rams having all kinds of problems. But every time you see Barry Sanders running with the ball and crossing the end zone, it's that dash for cash, isn't it?
Boy, he needs a wheelbarrow plus now. 3rd down. Way ahead of everyone in the rushing derby. Long pass down. Edwards has beaten the defense. Touchdown, Cardinals. Anthony Edwards, the big play receiver. Maybe a little too late, who knows, but a 65-yard strike from Beuerlein, beating Dana Hall, and the Cardinals break the 49ers bid for a shutout.
Fantastic throw by Beuerlein, and Edwards had a long time to look at this ball coming down, started to stumble, stayed on his feet, made the catch, and got in the end zone. And Dana Hall knows his responsibility is to be the deepest man on the field. But Beuerlein has all kinds of time as he starts to roll out here. Keeps his head looking down the field. Now he sees Edwards, and he lets go a perfect pass as Edwards is behind Hall and into the end zone.
Greg Davis, who has not had a chance to kick from placement, makes good to make it 28-7. What a play by Anthony Edwards here.
That's first catch of the year, and it's just what the Cardinals need as we still have 9 minutes to go.
A look behind the scenes as sports and science converge, brought to you by AT&T. Sport horses, like all athletes, are under great pressure to perform. An innovative hoofwear system designed for comfort and protection for both horse and rider consists of a permanent stainless steel-based shoe and a polyurethane wearing sole. The replaceable sole is beveled at the toe and heel to aid in the 4 phases of hoof movement, while the shock-absorbing polyurethane works in concert with the horse's own natural physiology.
Definitely not.
Absolutely not.
Negative.
To save pennies per call on your 800 service, would you risk losing sales?
No way.
No. Not a chance.
That's what over 9 out of 10 800 users we surveyed said. Introducing Maximum Advantage from AT&T. Now you can automatically get AT&T's lowest price guaranteed on the most reliable 800 service in the business. Know anyone who can beat that?
No.
Maximum Advantage from AT&T, the best in the business.
On the one hand, we gave it a wider stance for better handling, a computer model suspension, and specially designed 16-inch tires. So, a pair of these could come in handy. On the other hand, we've thoughtfully designed each knob, button, and switch to be easily operated while you're wearing a pair of these. New Dodge Ram, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Take a look at the turnover factor in 1993. Obviously, if you have no turnovers, your chances of winning are pretty good at 91%. Well, this is what the Cardinals are facing right now. They have 3 turnovers on the day. Their chances of winning this game go down to 27%.
But they go up a little bit because they just scored a touchdown, so they're down by 3 scores. Here is the end-over-end kick by Davis. And Dexter Carter picks it up at the 1-yard line and got more than he deserved to bring it out to the 10-yard line where Lorenzo Lynch makes the stop.
He was hoping that ball would bounce in the end zone and he could down it, bring it out to the 20. He almost waited too long on that. As it is, his team will take over at about the 10 or 11, and Steve Young will come back in the game. George Seifert not taking any chances at all with his 21-point lead.
And it's a good decision by George Seifert. You bring in a guy who may be a little rusty. He definitely is rusty. Get a turnover, another score. Now it's a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, I still think, though, that 21 points is plenty for the 49ers. I would have stuck with the decision to put Steve Bono in the game and give Steve Young a rest. He's been beat up all year long.
On the 11-yard line, first down for the Niners with 9:07 remaining in the 4th quarter. Ricky Waters cutting inside. One man to beat. Massey fights him down. Actually, Massey was back there, along with Aeneas Williams, and a 39-yard pickup by Waters after he scampered 19 for the last Niner touchdown.
And John Booty is hurt back at the 20-yard line for the Cardinals, but you know, Steve Bono could have handed it off to Ricky Waters and made that long run too. The 49ers are just wearing down the left side of that defensive line of the Cardinals. Look how far downfield Steve Wallace is. That's just tremendous mobility for an offensive tackle, getting down there and springing Ricky Waters for a huge gain.
Ricky Waters with 89 yards on 17 carries. There you're looking at the Rice-Waters combo, left largely ignored last week in Dallas in the loss there. Waters' biggest day was at New Orleans when he gained 135 yards. And still injured is John Booty. And John Booty, who is one of the 5 defensive backs that the Cardinals start in their big nickel defense, and had 2 interceptions and actually 2 sacks on a blitz this year, helped off the field. Earlier results: Atlanta shocking New Orleans, Green Bay over Tampa Bay, Buffalo over the New York Jets, and Cincinnati over Houston.
And they're going to take John Booty directly into the locker room where they have an x-ray machine. Get a picture of this right away and see how extensive the injury is.
Michael Zorich has replaced Booty in the secondary. First down at midfield for the Niners. Play fake. And the pass overthrown Logan. And very nearly picked off as Ken Harvey was lurking.
He was lurking, and he was eyeballing that ball. He catches it, and he might go right down the sidelines. It looks like T.J. Rubley's in the game for the Rams, and they're down by 6.
Booty made 3 tackles as he is helped to the dressing room. So Everett, as you point out, removed from the game, and the Rams trailing the Lions 13-7 in the 4th quarter in Anaheim. Second down on the 50. Second and 10. Young goes down. Back inside is 45, and Eric Hill with the sack, and that is the first official sack of the game for the Cardinals. We say official because there were 2 intentional grounding calls.
And that's Hill's first sack of the year. He doesn't get in on many obvious passing situations. That was a short setup. It appeared that Young wanted to audible there and then go with a double move on the outside, but Hill's blitz foiled that play.
Saw the signal from Fritz Shermer, and then Young on the confirmation. His numbers brilliant today. 3rd down and 14. Here's a 4-man rush on Young. Swings it out to Brent Jones, and Massey jars the ball loose from him and out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th down, and the 49ers will have to kick it away. 8-yard pickup that time for Brent Jones, but Wilmsmeyer is on.
Yeah, a lot of the fans here at Candlestick have hit the parking lot, and if you use your schnoz here, Dick, you can smell the barbecues, and the hibachis have been fired up. There's no wind here today to blow the smoke away, and it's kind of a pleasant surprise.
Well, earlier we showed a table that collapsed. Maybe they'll give that group some of the food that got wasted. Wilmsmeyer with a good high kick, and Bailey with a fair catch on the 11-yard line. Well, tonight on CBS, is he getting anywhere walking on his treadmill every morning? The senator who's become a thorn in Bill Clinton's side. Where he'd like to get to is the White House and be your next president. Bob Dole, as you've seldom seen him, tonight on 60 Minutes. And then it's Murder, She Wrote, followed by the CBS Sunday movie Double Jeopardy, all coming up tonight on CBS.
I'll take Double Jeopardy for impossible comebacks for $500.
Here's the give to Johnny Bailey on 1st down. Interesting 1st down call with the team Cardinals trailing by 3 touchdowns and 7:15 to go.
Yeah, it's a draw play, and they're hoping to just pop it loose in the middle right there. They go to their hurry-up offense right now.
Chuck Cecil getting that shoulder iced. Beuerlein's pass. Larry centers. Can't get away from Merton Hanks, who had a hand on that jersey, and a gain of 2.
Not only did he keep him from gaining any yardage, he kept him from going out of bounds, which would not have stopped the clock, but later on, after we get under 5 minutes, it would have. Good tackle by Merton Hanks. What an afternoon he's having.
Here's Beuerlein again, and he's got Johnny Bailey, who does get out of bounds and does get the 1st down with Davis covering. So the clock stops, 6:29.
Clock stops, but it will start as soon as it's ready for play, because we're not under the 5-minute mark yet. This is one of those rules that they made a couple of years back to add more plays to the game, speed the game up.
Ben Coleman has replaced Lance Smith at right guard for the Cardinals up front. Phoenix with a 1st down on their 25, trailing 28-7. Beuerlein trying to go to Anthony Edwards, who caught a 65-yard touchdown pass. McDonald and Davis covering. This game is presented by authority of the National Football League, and the CBS telecast is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of CBS, the San Francisco 49ers, and the National Football League is prohibited.
49ers are in an obvious prevent pass defense. We saw Dana Hall give up the long touchdown to Edwards. The 49ers now have 2 safeties, both McDonald and Hall playing real deep.
Ball is batted in the air, incomplete. And a bunch of red jerseys who couldn't get there quick enough for the interception. Ted Washington got his hand in.
Good job of Washington almost getting off the ground. You see his foot is still on the ground, and he's still tall enough to make that deflection. Almost got some airtime there, Ted.
Washington, along with Brown, Fagan, and Stubblefield, the 4-man front that the 49ers have gone to and will stick to, apparently, with these results. Pass is caught by Proehl. Close to a first down. How good has this 49er defense has been today?
7 points is real good. That's a low on the year. Not very many sacks, but a whole lot of hurries here. That's 14 times that Beuerlein has had to throw the ball before he wanted to.
So the Niners may have found the buffalo where the elephant didn't do the job, and they're going to measure to see whether they've got the first down.
Now, they've given up a lot of points this year, but this should make them feel a whole lot better, especially Seifert, because Seifert's background is on the defensive side of the ball. But I kind of like the way he handled the situation all week long, with the media getting kind of fired up about the complaints of Waters and Rice last week. Seifert doesn't mind that in his ball players. In fact, he prefers guys with a little juice, he says, because all they want to do is win, and as long as they're putting the team's wishes above their own personal, that's okay with him.
4th down and 1. Cardinals going for it. Darren Jordan has come in as an extra tight end, and Moore turns the corner, and he'll get the first down. He lost the ball. Flags fly from upfield. He fumbled the ball out of bounds.
Might be a face mask call at the end of that play, Dick. That might have been the reason he let go of the ball.
Eric Davis was around him.
5-yard face
mask. That's right, Dan.
Foul. Number 25, defense.
Gonna get Eric Davis for the
end of the run.
Grab of the face mask.
First down.
Yanks his head around with his right hand there, and you know, you get your head yanked around when you're running full speed. You don't really care about that football. You can have a tendency to let it go.
First to go is the ball. First down on the 47 for the Cardinals. 5:25 remaining. Trailing 28-7. They have all of their timeouts remaining. Beuerlein with a fake, and he's got open spaces ahead. He's got the first down. And Martin Harrison tried to force a fumble. Could not do it, and a pickup of 20 yards and another hurry-up formation.
You got to like Beuerlein's toughness. He's playing on a numb right foot. He'll be in a lot of pain when that painkiller wears off. But he's not quitting.
First down on the 33. Another fake by Beuerlein. Incomplete, intended for Larry Centers. You were talking about Seifert saying about the juice. He likes the juice from Ricky Waters. Steve Young was talking about how Waters brings flavor. I like the descriptions that the coach and the players use for guys that are squawking during the week.
Well, the one thing you don't ever want to take away from a great player is his own belief in his own abilities. And so sometimes you've got to let them vent, so to speak, and get their feelings out in public.
Got to vent every now and then.
I paid a lot of money to learn what that word meant.
2nd down and 10. Here is Centers. And he goes out of bounds as he was chased by Antonio Goss. 12-yard pickup. Rams have come back. T.J. Rubley with 2 touchdown passes.
But they missed an extra point. 13-13 tie.
So let's not start counting the chickens for the Lions out on the West Coast, where they have struggled for many, many years.
The important thing, though, for the 49ers is they'll move to within 1 game of the lead in the NFC West, as New Orleans lost to Atlanta today.
First down on the 20. Beuerlein going deep. Edwards, the intended receiver, a little bit too far. Magruder covering on the play. Here's the NFC West standings. The 49ers with a victory, as Dan mentioned, would move to within one game. And remember, those two teams still have a game to be played here at Candlestick Park before the end of this year.
And there it is graphically for you, Dick. I've already given them the fourth win there. Saints have got to travel to Phoenix next week. They're in a 2-game losing streak.
And the Niners' schedule isn't all that tough.
No.
Second down and 10. Beuerlein again with a fake and a fade to center. Knocked away. That very nearly could have been intercepted as Hanks and Davis were double covering Larry Centers in the corner of the end zone.
You're seeing a lot of double pumps by Beuerlein. This is the reason he's trying to get his receivers down the field here, but that's just excellent teamwork by the two cornerbacks, Eric Davis and Merton Hanks, who probably should share that game ball because they're having wonderful days for each other.
They are. The secondary's been terrific, and Ted Washington is the name we've mentioned more than any other up front. Third down and 10. They've got two plays. They'll go for it on fourth. They dump it off to Centers, and Larry Centers gets the first down as he dives inside the 10. This time Goss with help from Tim McDonald.
Now Beuerlein should get up to the line of scrimmage and spike this ball and stop the clock. Trying to get everybody lined up. Right now we're down to almost 4 minutes.
Want to try to get the 6 first. And he doesn't, as Proehl could not control the ball at the back of the end zone.
Not only that, he had to contend with that punching bag back there. The pad around the goalpost. Heck of an effort by both Beuerlein and Proehl. See if he can just barely get those feet down. Cardinals have got a touchdown. Nope, not even one.
Second and goal, the ball on the 9.
Right foot was on the line, left foot not even close. Good call by the officials. One of the few today.
You think they're at 500? Here's the handoff to Johnny Bailey. Tries to find running room and bounces off a defender and gets inside the 5. Dana Stubblefield finally made the tackle, and Joe Bugel signals that he wants a timeout here with 3:46 remaining. Hall missed the tackle, and a timeout leaves the Cardinals with 2.
This is your life. This is your world. This is your chance. You gotta be there now.
Since Sprint is the only global phone company that offers everything, local, long distance, and cellular, it means with Sprint, no matter where you go, there you are.
One thing we saw yesterday in talking to Steve Beuerlein, he is a scrapper and a fighter, and a lot tougher if those people didn't know much about him.
He wants his team to be respected, and he knows the only way for a team to be respected is they have to win. He's from a winning program in college, obviously Notre Dame, good organizations in the Raiders and the Cowboys, and now he comes to an organization by way of free agency that he wants to help turn around. Real competitor, will fight you to the very end.
So will that man. Third and goal on the 4. Cardinals have 2 shots to get a touchdown. That's what they need. Beuerlein rolling out, being chased. His pass nearly intercepted by Hanks. He already has 1 today. That'll bring up 4th down, and the Cardinals will have 1 more play.
Is looking for a job in the secondary at any position. That's all he's playing for, he told me yesterday. I think he's found one at cornerback, replacing the injured Don Griffin.
Hanks, the free safety, moved to cornerback, replacing Griffin, and Hall at free safety, and maybe the Cardinals have found the best combination now. in the secondary, and the Cardinals need 4 yards. 4th and goal at the 4. The pass caught for the touchdown. Ricky Proehl, and with 3:36 remaining in the game, a 4-yard touchdown pass brings Phoenix closer, and if the extra point is successful, they'll trail by 2 touchdowns. And so Proehl now has caught a touchdown pass in 5 consecutive games to tie a team record.
And has 6 on the year, which is among the league leaders.
Greg Davis with Beuerlein the holder. And now it's a 14-point game. 28-14 with 3:36 remaining. Cardinals need the ball. They need 2 touchdowns as well.
That Michael? Yeah. Starts college next year. Those lines. When Mike told me the price of his first choice, I know what you mean. I got this broker at Payne Weber. She put me in a 0 coupon to cover college. Huh. Well, when did she do that? It's got to be 10, 11 years. 10 years ago? How did she know that's what you needed? She asked.
Back here at Candlestick Park, 3:36 remaining in this one. The Lions, after the Rams tied the score, missed an extra point. Lions won the game. Jason Hansen with an 18-yard field goal with 4 seconds remaining. Detroit finally won on the West Coast. And they're now 5-2 to retain their lead in the NFC Central. So the Cardinals obviously setting up for what would be an onside kick. Is that a definite?
Well, they have no choice. They only have 2 timeouts remaining in the ball game. They're still down by 2 touchdowns. That was an impressive 89-yard drive. Took them 17 plays, but it only took them 3 minutes and 43 seconds. The problem is now we only have 3 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the game.
Waters is there, as all of the players with good hands.
Jerry Rice is out there. Brent Jones, John Taylor, you bet. Tim McDonald.
Here comes the onside kick, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Now they'll kick this one over because it was an onside kick. Or did it go so far that they consider this a regular kickoff and where they'll spot it at the 35?
Kick again, I heard.
No, they're going to consider this a regular kickoff because it went so far.
Against the kicking team, receivers take the ball.
That was certainly not the intention of Greg Davis and the Cardinals. It's got a little too much club into it.
The kick went more than 20 yards.
So Joe Bugle shows his disappointment. So now the Cardinals are going to have to use their remaining timeouts on defense here.
That's really pretty bad when you can't even execute an onside kick. Kick the ball too far. Normally, if you kick it out of bounds on an onside kick, they go back and you 5 yards and you try it again. But he kicked it so far that it was considered a regular kickoff.
First down on the 35. Here's Ricky Waters. And the Cardinals will use a timeout, leaving them with 1 remaining. Ken Harvey on the stop. 3:24 on the clock. I want to remind you about our NFL doubleheader next week on CBS. The Bears and the Packers in the first half of our doubleheader, and in the second game, a change in time. The Dallas-Philadelphia game has been moved to a late starting time. You'll see either that game or the Rams and the 49ers here at Candlestick Park. Check your local listings. It all begins with the NFL Today at 12:30 Eastern with Greg and Terry. We'll have all the X's and O's and all you need to know.
John Taylor obviously is okay. Went to the locker room with a scratched eye. He also probably has a sore jaw from that hit he took on that great pass he threw to Jerry Rice.
Rice has caught 2 touchdown passes today. Logan and Ricky Waters have each rushed for touchdowns. Waters from 19 yards out, and the only score, the Cardinals, Edwards and then Proehl caught TD passes. 2nd and 6 on the 39. Young's pass caught. That's a killer. It's a first down. A killer for the Cardinals. Brent Jones has it. And Cardinals have used their last timeout. So they are out of timeouts with 3:10 remaining.
And the one thing they haven't been able to do is create any turnovers today. After last week when they got a whole bunch, they had 3 fumbles last week against Washington and 1 interception. Today the 49ers have been perfect possessing the football.
Well, here at Candlestick Park, Dan Fouts, who was a star quarterback at St. Ignatius High School. There he is, back in 1969. Boy, the form never changed, huh? All the way through college and the pros.
The only thing that's changed is a few LBs and a little bit of hair on the chin.
That's right. So there is a look at Dan, who, of course, Dan, you knew a lot of the 49ers. Your dad, Bob Fouts, was the play-by-play broadcaster for many years, one of the classiest broadcasters, you know, in the Bay Area, and people around the country who knew of his great work. And today's Alumni Day for the 49ers. A lot of the great stars of the past have been here.
Well, I've been so lucky because my dad was the voice of the 49ers. I got to be around guys like Y.A. Tittle and Bob St. Clair and Leo Nomolini, Charlie Kruger, Joe Perry. I played catch with Y.A. Tittle and you know, handed the ball to Billy Wilson and John Brody. The 49ers have a rich history, and I was lucky enough to be right on the sidelines with a lot of it.
First down on the 48-yard line. Here is Ricky Waters. Cardinals are out of timeouts as we wind down to 3 minutes remaining. So Y.A. Tittle had played catch with you.
Yeah, he'd say, here, go, I'll throw you a long one. And I'd run as far as I could. He said, no, farther. I'd be all the way at the end of the block before the ball would come down. And it would take me half an hour to get it back to him. He could really wing it.
Ricky Waters needs 5 more yards to get to the 100 mark. And so what an exclamation point this game was, considering what we said coming in with Waters and Rice. Uncomfortable with last week's offensive plan, where they were largely ignored. And Rice, who has caught 8 passes for 115 yards, including 2 touchdowns, make it 9 receptions. And now the Niners will call their first timeout, leaving them with 2. Well, the 49ers schedule coming up, Dan, let's take a look at it. I think the worst may be behind them.
Well, when you look at teams with winning records right now, the Rams don't have one. Tampa Bay doesn't have one. The Saints have lost 2 in a row. You got the Rams again, Cincinnati. Atlanta may be coming on. Detroit is 5-2 right now. But then you got Houston and Philadelphia who's got problems. So you look at all this mess here, it looks pretty good for San Francisco.
And it looks pretty good for the Bay Area. You know, it's been a tough couple of weeks for the sports fans here. The Giants, of course, edged out by the Braves for the National League pennant despite winning 103 games. Niners were 3-3 coming into this one. The Golden State Warriors lost their all-star guard Tim Hardaway this week, and the San Jose Sharks haven't won a game in the NHL. So I think this is a shot in the arm for this area.
Well, and Stanford Cardinal, they've lost 4 games in the Pac-10. So the old coach down on the farm's having a rough one too. I knew he'd really appreciate me bringing that up. I'm sorry, Bill.
You just clicked off. Second down and 8. Young on a bootleg gets the first down, and now you got to wonder why you're going to have your quarterback with this game really salted away run and risk injury at this point.
Yeah, now we got flags flying all over the place for unsportsmanlike conduct, but I don't understand that call at all. Steve Young is the most valuable player in the league, and clearly the most valuable player to this 49er team, and you've got him on a designed rollout when you're leading by 14 with 2 minutes to go. You got to be crazy. I would yank him out of the game right now and put Bono in and just fall down on the ball.
2:19 on the clock.
Personal foul, number 58, defense, unnecessary roughness.
Not sure if that was Eric Hill.
First down.
Yep, Eric Hill got in on the tackle and then unnecessarily roughed the quarterback.
So 2:19 showing, and they're going to mark off the yardage, and Steve Young remains in the game and will remain so because no other quarterback, Bono, has not been warming up.
You don't have to do a whole lot of warming up to hand off, though, Dick.
No. You got to take the headset off, though.
He could even wear the baseball cap, you know.
down on the 21. And all the Niners are going to want to do is run out the clock. They're not going to try to score anymore. Watch this. Here's Ricky Waters. And that will set up the 2-minute warning. Cleveland over Pittsburgh 28-23 in the fourth quarter. Eric Metcalf with a 75-yard punt return, and that was his second of the game. He had a 91-yarder earlier in a wild game between the two division leaders in the AFC Central. 2-minute warning here at Candlestick. Dan and I will be back.
It's interesting. The same pickups that overall carry the most powerful line of engines on the planet also carry the most safety features. The new Dodge.
Lasers. Satellites. Cellular data networks. What exactly have we launched here? UPS Total Track. The only tracking system that can confirm delivery of your air and designated ground packages coast to coast in seconds.
The package was signed for at 9:26 this morning by Mr.
The arms race may be over, but the package race is just heating up.
See this as direct mail, or see it as a document and add the impact of color. One company increased response by 25%. See your documents differently. Call 1-800-ASK-XEROX, the document company.
Introducing the Quantum Random Orbit Sander. It works 4 times faster than a finishing sander with swirl-free results. So now you can tackle any project from start to finish. The new Quantum line from Black & Decker.
Coming up as soon as this game is history, 60 minutes in its entirety. We have 2 minutes remaining in a 28-14 lead. The 49ers over the Phoenix Cardinals, and 60 minutes coming up for everyone except for the viewers here on the West Coast. Steve Beuerlein with 2 late touchdown passes. Too little too late for the Cardinals today. 2nd down and 9 at the 20. And the handoff is to Logan. Marc Logan gets a couple. Well, the only thing that went wrong today happened before the game in the tailgate party, Dan.
Yeah, I think they overloaded the one end of the table with too much quiche. It's too much booze. Look at all the booze on the end of the table. Oh, geez.
Did you get that all on the camera?
Notice how everyone with the food walks away. Well, everything looked up after that. Huh?
That's their only turnover of the day.
Well put. Yeah, the Niners, who turned it over twice last week against Dallas. Virtually a flawless game. Only 1 quarterback sack allowed by the offensive line. 3rd down and 6 on the 17-yard line, and a fumble. And I think the Cardinals may have picked it up. Let's wait for the official signal. It is Cardinal ball with 1:10 remaining.
There goes the picnic table.
Yeah, what happened to the turnovers? I guess this is the second one today. Keith Rucker recovered the fumble here.
The handoff isn't very good between Logan and Young. And now it's going to be big number 79, Keith Rucker, down there trying to recover that ball, as he did, and also coming real close to just breaking Steve Young's left arm. His arm was out there trying to drag that ball back to his body, and that 345 pounds just fell on top of the arm and the ball.
It's a big line in the first turnover of the game, but it was after the matter was settled today.
I bet you Young is wondering, what the heck am I doing still in this ball game with this kind of lead? I know I'd be wondering it.
First down on the 21 with 1:10. Cardinals have no timeouts remaining. Beuerlein's pass caught by Ricky Proehl, and he gets up to the 34-yard line. Well, we're going to thank some people while we have a moment. Today's game was produced by Michael Burks. Mike Burks has lived in the San Francisco Bay Area 6 years. This is the first game he has produced here at Candlestick Park. So he's able to stay home. Pass is caught looking to run out of bounds, and he's not going to get there. Game was directed by Andy J. Kindle. The coordinating producer of the NFL today is Eric Mann. Directed by Larry Cavallina. The senior producer of the NFL on CBS is Ed Gorin, and the executive in charge of production is Rick Gentile. As Beuerlein stops the clock with 27 seconds left.
You know, this ball club of Joe Bugles, they're under a lot of pressure, but this is a good, solid team. They've built well through the draft. They've got some excellent personnel on both sides of the ball. They've just got to start. They got to get over the hump. They got to turn the corner. Any of those cliches you want to use. But the one thing about Bugle is that he'll never quit and he'll never blame anybody. He won't blame his players or his coaches. He'll take full responsibility upon himself for the outcome of each game. But these players really respect him, and they play hard for him. They just need something to get over the hump, and they're going to be a real force in the NFC East.
Don't forget 60 minutes coming up for everyone but those on the West Coast. 27 seconds to go. 3rd down and 1. Beuerlein looking for someone. He's got that someone. It's a 1st down as the pass is caught by Ricky Proehl and a gain of 14 yards. Marc Mays told us yesterday, he says, if we beat a contender on the road, then we will have turned the corner, and they're getting very close to doing that, turning the corner. Maybe not quite yet.
Now, and it was the turnovers that killed them. They moved the ball well in the first half, but the interception by Eric Davis on the goal line really killed Phoenix's chances.
And the Niners capitalized on the interception by Hanks.
Also, 12 men on the field.
That's that old prevent defense that a lot of teams will use in this situation. You just throw out 10, 12, 13, 14 guys, and what the heck, it causes the time to go off the clock, so they lose 5 yards. That's not the problem. The problem is that clock, and the 49ers put an extra man on the field. That's one of the oldest tricks in the book, and it worked.
Cardinals will be home next week against the New Orleans Saints, and the Saints have lost 2 in a row, having been beaten by the Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons, and a rare smile on the face of George Seifert, as you saw on the 49ers sideline.
Now, Bugle wants some time put back on the clock, but he's not going to get it.
Cardinals will drop to 2 and 5, and well, for that made them only put 3 more seconds on. There you go.
There you go.
Makes all the difference in the world. Thanks to Marty Aronoff and Dave Corus for their work up here in the booth. 6 seconds remaining. It'll be 1st and 5 at the 38. This may be the last play of the game. Beuerlein, wobbly toss. Do it. The game is over. 49ers have now won 10 in a row regular season here at Candlestick, even though they lost to the Cowboys. And the 49ers have moved over the 500 mark at 4-3 and are now 1 game behind the Saints in the NFC West. Dan and I will be back in a moment.
My dandruff's really bad. The itch drives me crazy. I'll try anything. The Denorex side feels different. It has a clean, tingling feeling. Nothing with Head & Shoulders.
Both Denorex and Head & Shoulders have effective dandruff medicine. But Denorex goes a step further with something extra that tingles to give your scalp a fresh, invigorating feeling.
That tingle is why I started using Denorex.
From Candlestick Park, so for Dan Fouts, I'm Dick Stockton saying so long from San Francisco. The final score, the 49ers 28 and the Cardinals 14. Coming up next Sunday on CBS Sports, it's doubleheader action. You'll see Chicago at Green Bay, and in the second game, you'll see Dallas at Philadelphia or the Los Angeles Rams at the 49ers. You've been watching.
Tonight, TNT has come to South Florida and Joe Robbie Stadium for an AFC East matchup with the defending division champs Miami, needing to win tonight to stay tied for first place with Buffalo. They play host to the Indianapolis Colts, who realize they're in a must-win situation if they expect to make the playoffs. And the AFC East standings up to this moment look like this. Buffalo 5-1, Miami 4-1. The Jets losing this afternoon to the Bills 19-10, and New England at 1-6. So tonight has huge implications in the AFC East. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Bender. So both the Dolphins and Colts come off of bye weekends, and now they realize they've got to go the rest of the year minus some key performers. First for the Colts, they lost number 90 Steve Entman for the remainder of this season, the #1 draft pick in 1992. Entman playing against the Dallas Cowboys, an awkward position goes down. As an end result, he is out with the knee. And on the other side of the picture, after remarkable 145 consecutive starts, Dan Marino will not be in the lineup. He's out for the year with a ruptured Achilles tendon. First time he's missed a game since December of 1983. Working with me is Pat Hayden. And Pat, Scott Mitchell gets the first start of his career. This is something he's waited for all his year and all of his life. And you know, as you look at this 6'6" South